Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and today I am bringing you another episode of our Decades Legacy Challenge. And as you can see, we are here with Annika. It is the year 1981. She is pregnant, and we are just getting started here. She is just here at the house, and as you can see, we have Charles, who is off to work. We are just going to see what Rebecca is up to. She has recently been notified that she has a loss in the family. So we do know that she has lost her mother, she's lost her father, so she is dealing with those losses. We know that she's kind of dealing with the sadness of that. We know that Charles lost his mother and father, so everyone's kind of dealing with the losses that are going on in their lives. But I'm gonna go ahead and get her headed off to school here, and we are going to have Charles at work, Rebecca at school, and then we are just going to deal with Annika here and let her tend to the house. We're probably going to have her do a little bit of knitting today while she's here at the house. Obviously she's going to want to work on cleaning because, well, we know that she likes a tidy home. But I do hope that she gets a little bit of knitting done. We know that she wants to be a lady of the knits, so I do want her working on that for a bit. And it looks like a deadline looms. He has a major deadline approaching and needs to find a way to knock it out. We're going to get him to ask for some help, and that is going to get him a performance gain of medium, which we love for him. So he is doing pretty well at his job, which is fantastic news. We want him doing well in his business career, which is going to help out with us getting some funds into the house. Not that we necessarily need it. As we know, we have quite a bit of funds in this household from everyone's pensions and all the deaths that have come over the years. I'm delighted you recommended I spend some time with Ashley Savolani. I was amused the entire time. Well, that's great. I don't actually know who these people are, but I'm glad that you guys are getting on. So she is just going to play a little bit of games, but I want her knitting. So let's get her knitting here. Then she can get some practice with that. So let's get her onto her hobbies here and working on some knitting. We're going to have her knit some socks. And as you can see, she has already knitted 2 beanies and 1 pair of socks. So we'll just get her working on another pair of socks, and hopefully she will. She's like, no, I don't actually want to knit. I really wish you would though. Okay, how about you do a little bit of laundry? Come over here and dry some of this laundry. So we'll just get her working on some house chores, and maybe she'll want to do a little bit of knitting later since she's not wanting to knit now. She is in a fine mood. It, for whatever reason, is not showing us her pregnancy moodlet, so I don't know how far along she is in her pregnancy because that moodlet, it has disappeared from her little panel there. So we are just kind of waiting in this pregnancy to see how far along she is, and I guess it'll be a surprise to us whenever she decides to go into labor, because I have no idea how far along she is in her pregnancy. She is really, really wanting to play on this computer here. So I guess we'll let her do a little bit of computer time, and then maybe I can get her trying out some of her knitting afterwards. I really don't know what the fascination is with the computers. But that being said, it is in the 80s. We are allowed a computer, so they do have the opportunity to play on the computer now. They can do that. I'm not going to kind of harp on the fact that she's on the computer, but let's get her knitting because I want her building up that skill. She's supposed to like knitting. So let's do that. So she's knitting this pair of socks. We're going to have her fly through that. Hopefully she'll do well and finish that up. And the other 2 will get home from work and school pretty soon, I would hope. It is about 3 o'clock almost in the afternoon, so their day at work and school should be over soon. And we are getting a call here from Ash Crowder saying, you're so notorious. Can I go ahead and have someone get your phone number? And we're going to say, yeah, that's fine. You can send our number out to people. We don't really care if you do that. So Annika is really, I think, enjoying her pregnancy. She's not really had any negative moodlets as far as her pregnancy is concerned. She's kind of been fine overall. We do have Rebecca home from school. She's had a pretty decent day at her school for the day. She's feeling in a playful mood. We don't have any homework for her to do. Oh, she's cursing up a storm. But aside from that, she had a pretty decent day. I'm going to have her clean up a little bit, and it looks like our dryer has busted up, so I'm going to have her come in here and repair that. She does have some handiness skills, so she can get in here and repair that for Annika, because Annika, I don't think, has any handiness skill, whereas our kids do. They have worked on handiness throughout the years growing up. They kind of got their hands down and dirty, and they were able to learn that handiness skill, so they can go ahead and repair some items when they break. So we'll have her start repairing that. While Annika finishes up with her knitting, she has reached knitting level 3. She is flying through this hobby, which is fantastic for us. And I think I'm also going to go ahead at some point and get Annika enrolled in a career. She's probably only going to get a part-time job. I don't think I want her working full-time. I just want her working part-time. She doesn't necessarily have to be out of the home full-time. I do want her working with the children. We are going to have infants in this game, so we are going to need someone that is here with the kids a little bit because I do think it's going to be a little bit chaotic raising these children up, and Charles is going to be out of the home predominantly full-time because he is in the business career. So I do want Annika in the home a little bit. I don't want the children constantly in like daycare, but I do want there to be a 2-income household, so I am going to get her enrolled in a job, so we will have her do that. And we'll just go ahead, now that Rebecca has finished working on this, she's going to go ahead and get the laundry going again. These two are trying their damnedest to become friends, so I am going to get them conversing a little bit and trying to get that relationship up a little bit more. We'll have them converse some more and see if I can get their relationship built up. Hopefully they can do that. We know that unfortunately Annika does get a little bit tense around Rebecca because of her cheerfulness, and she finds that a little bit annoying, and so it's making it a little bit harder for their friendship to go up quite as fast as I was hoping, because she just really gets annoyed by Rebecca's cheerfulness. She's just like, your cheerfulness kind of grates on my nerves. I can't deal with it. Charles is home from work. He has been promoted to an office assistant. He did get a raise. He's making an additional $4 per hour. Now he makes $20 per hour. He got a bonus. He got a nameplate, new clothes, and so that's fantastic news. We're going to have him come on in the house. He needs to take care of his hygiene, so we're going to have him come on in and get himself a shower after work. And he is feeling really confident after his day at work today because, well, why would he not? He made himself a promotion, and he's just like, I'm a boss, okay? I went in, I did the damn thing, and look at me, I got promoted. I'm doing it. Like, I'm killing it out there. And we're going to go ahead and just let them continue on chatting. Their relationship is going up a little bit, but it's slow, okay? Like, just really slow. We're having struggles. We're just struggling out here. It's not going well. I mean, it's going okay. It's just not going as fast as I had kind of hoped it would. So, there's that. They are hugging. They're trying. They're making sentiments, but it's just taking a little bit longer than I kind of thought it would. Annika just needs to get on with it and just realize that Rebecca is just this way and accept it. She's feeling uncomfortable, Annika is, because she feels like the house is filthy. Well, great. She's been cleaning all damn morning, but she's like, this house is disgusting. I can't get it clean. I don't know what's disgusting in here, but she's not liking it. So they do have a sentiment. She says, you make my day so much better. Okay, that's great. I love that they have a sentiment together. I really need to clean up in here. I don't know what it is that's dirty, but let's go ahead and get Annika some leftovers. She's feeling a little bit hungry, and we will get everyone to grab themselves some food. Obviously, Rebecca has already eaten. She's a glutton. She helped herself to some food and drink. We are going to get everyone's needs taken care of here, and then We will head them off into bed afterwards so that they can all get some rest. It is starting to get later on into the evening here. Charles is getting himself something to eat because he's hungry. And then, like I said, we'll go ahead and put them all into bed. It's almost 8 p.m. The evening comes quickly here after they have had their long day at work and school and tending around the house. They kind of go to bed a little early and have an early rise just because they are all exhausted. And as we know, Annika is carrying a child, so she's like, I definitely need my rest. And she's going to go ahead and try to clean up here, but she is seeming to struggle with that, so let me just help her out. So we are going to just let him go ahead and get everything that he needs to be doing for work done, and then we will put everyone off to bed here. How are you doing there, Annika? She's like, yeah, let's get some rest. Everyone, off to bed you go. It is 9 p.m. and it is time for sleep. We will go ahead and let Rebecca get herself a shower, and then she can get some food, and then she can get to bed. She's hungry again. Why is she hungry again? Because she's a glutton. That's all this girl does. She seems to have a pretty high metabolism, though, thankfully, so I don't think we have to worry about her in any shape, form, or fashion. She is an outdoor sports enthusiast as far as her aspiration goes, and I think her metabolism is super, super high. She's constantly eating, but she's like thin as a rod, and she just eats, and then I don't know, like maybe she has a hollow leg. I don't really know where she puts it all, but we'll get her some food, and then we'll put her to bed, and we'll see you guys in the morning. So it is the next morning, and as you can see, Charles is up. He is in desperate need of a washroom. He's headed off to the bathroom here. He is just going to relieve his bladder needs. It is about 5 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. Annika is also up. She's headed downstairs to get herself something to eat. She has a hunger need, something fierce, and she's going to go ahead and take care of that. She has quite the baby bump. I have no idea what trimester we're in, but she is looking rather large. She's absolutely adorable, though, I do have to say. Like, she's super cute. Again, there are no moodlets for her pregnancy, so not sure what trimester we're in. Not really seeing anything as far as the pregnancy goes for her. There are no moodlets as far as, like, the baby's pressing on my back, or I'm feeling morning sickness, or, like, there's absolutely nothing to indicate that she's pregnant whatsoever, other than the fact that she's massive. So she seems to be okay. She just is really upset with the fact that the house is disgusting and she wants to clean everything. She has eaten her breakfast. She's automatically getting started cleaning. She hates a dirty house, and so she's automatically going in to clean up. So we'll let her do that. Charles is just going to go ahead and get started on the computer this morning, which is what he has done. But I am going to have him come on downstairs and help clean up a little bit, just because his wife is quite large and maybe would need a little bit of help with cleaning. He could probably stand to get himself something in his stomach as well. I do believe he works today, and so he needs to eat something before he has to go into work. And so he needs to take care of his needs, not just get up there and play on that computer. As we know, the Sims tend to forget what they need to do when a computer is involved in their life, and they drift down that rabbit hole and forget everything around them other than playing games or whatever it is that they do on those computers. So I'm going to have him just come and take care of some of his needs here as well. He seems to be chatting with Annika a little bit as she walks around cleaning up, and she is just really miserably uncomfortable about this status of this house. I think there might be some dishes up on that shelf, possibly. I really don't know. She's cleaning everything, though. Look at her just walk around cleaning everything. She's like, everything is a mess. Everything is just a mess. Okay, you go ahead and eat this BLT sandwich. You can't clean it up? No, so just eat it. Eat the BLT. He's like, that I can do. I can totally do that. So we'll have him finish off the rest of the sandwich. It'll help with his hunger, and that will be fantastic. He's in a fine mood this morning, and Rebecca is also up. I'm sure that she is going to need to eat as well. She's up playing the violin this morning, but I'm going to have her stop playing that and go ahead and get herself some breakfast as well, because she is going to need to go to school today and she needs breakfast before she heads off to school. So we'll go ahead and get Charles helping with some laundry and getting some of the house chores done for Annika as well. That way she doesn't have to do everything on her own. He does like to be helpful around the house, so we love that. He is a helpful kind of guy. And Annika's like, thank goodness someone wants to help. We're going to let them just spend a little bit of quality time together, whispering in each other's ear some sweet nothings and being just really sweet and romantic with one another. They are, as I said, smitten with one another, and I love seeing... Look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. I love them so much. Oh, they're so precious. So yeah, he does have work in an hour. They are just kind of loving on one another. He's asking her, like, when do you think the baby's going to be here? And she's like, I think the baby's probably going to be here pretty soon. Like, look how big I am. And he's like, well, I mean, I wasn't going to say anything. I think that's kind of rude. But I think you're beautiful and glowing healthily. Like, I just think you're gorgeous. And she's like, oh, honey, that's so sweet. He's like, but I do think, like, maybe you probably are getting close to probably having the baby. Like, it's been a while you've been pregnant. And I just, I think that maybe it's coming soon, right? And she's like, I think so too. And I do think we probably are getting close to having this baby. To be honest, it's got to be getting close. I really think so. And he's like, I just think that you probably are the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. And she's like, really, Charles? Why do you say such sweet things? And he's like, because, honey, you really are the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. You and this baby are my whole world. And she's like, oh, Charles, thank you so much for saying such sweet things to me. I love you so much. Look how precious these two are. Oh, this interaction is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. Like, honestly, the sweetest thing I've ever witnessed in my life. Look at how great this is. Oh, my God. So this interaction is part of Panda Sama's birth mod. I have to get a photo of this. Okay. All right. So they are going to just split their ways. He's headed off to work. And she is like, I'm going to go upstairs and clean a little bit more. And we are going to also send Rebecca off to school and let her get a little bit of an education, because honestly, she needs to learn. And I don't want her missing out on school. So we will send her off to school. Titillating banter and a special connection. Feeling close with a sim can deepen existing romantic feelings. Oh, we love that for her. Okay. Yes. All right. So let's send Rebecca off to school here, and we will allow Annika to just go ahead and clean up and things like that. But I do want to go ahead and get her in a career. So let's go ahead and choose a career for her. Like I said, I want to put her in a part-time career. So we will go ahead and choose a part-time career for her. I think I want to get her something that is like maybe like something to do with books, like a library stuff. Not style influencer. No, like I think a style influencer probably would be something that she might like, but I think maybe I want to do this bookstore clerk. $30 an hour from 4 to 7. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so she's going to be a bookstore clerk, and we're going to do that. So she needs to read 3 books. So we'll have her read at some point as well. But first and foremost, her biggest hobby obviously is knitting. So we will have her do her knitting and things like that. But also she can read some books for her job. And so we'll have her at some point read some books. But she now has a new milestone because she has now gotten herself a career, which we are thrilled about. She's going to go ahead and go in here and use the washroom. Then we will just let her, she's feeling super flirty. Like, loving on her husband this morning has done her good. Okay? It has done her some major good. We love that. I'm going to have her go ahead, though, and work on knitting some socks. I just really want her working on that knitting skill. So let's get her in here. She's going to go sit down in the living room, and she's going to knit these socks. Then we will go ahead and get that skill up a little bit more, and work on her hobby, which we love for her to do that. She's flying through it. She's just really doing a good job. She's like, this is so great. I'm pregnant. I'm knitting. It's so wonderful. I can't wait until I can knit outfits for the baby. It'll be so great. Well, you got to get your skill up for you to be able to do that. So keep on knitting. So once she's done with her knitting, we'll have her come on out here. We're going to get her to sell these chrysanthemums and clean up the coop and collect the eggs for the chickens and just tend to some of the chores around the house. She has just about finished with these socks here. She is flying through this knitting process. We absolutely love that for her. We're getting more phone calls from Ash Crowder, and we love that. They have clearly become friends. I don't know when that happened, but that's perfect. And she has decided that she wants to get a new personality trait of creative. We're going to allow that to take place. And a new personality has been discovered. She is now creative. I'm allowing that to take place because of the fact that she is knitting and that is building her creativity. So I do want her to be creative and enjoy the knitting process. I think her being creative will help that along quite significantly. So that is why I went ahead and let her do that. She is selling all of the harvestables now. And then we'll get her over here. She can clean out the coop and collect the eggs. And we will go ahead and deal with that. The others are still at work and school. So really she is just trying to spend her days doing things around the house until she has herself her part-time job that she can go into. She's just tending to the house chores here, which is keeping her busy. She is so big. Oh my gosh. I hope there's only one baby in there. Oh, with this family though, you never can tell. You really can't. Honestly, with the Decades Legacy, we tend to have surprises, and so I don't know, but she is awful large. But I don't know. I am not taking her for an ultrasound because I don't think that's allowed in the 80s yet. Pregnancy tests I know aren't allowed yet. So we're not doing any of those things. The baby thing is going to be a surprise for us. So as we know, we do have to have our baby at the hospital. So when she goes into labor, we will have this baby at the hospital because all babies must be born at the hospital. So it'll be a surprise what we have. And I guess it'll be a surprise if we have multiples as well. She is just going to go on in here now and get herself something to eat because she is feeling a little bit hungry. She's still finding that it is dirty in the house and she's uncomfortable with the filth. So we love that. We don't love that. We freaking hate that. I hate that every time she walks into this kitchen, she feels like she's uncomfortable from the mess because she feels like the house is filthy. She's constantly cleaning, and it just is never good enough for her. But she is getting herself something to eat. It is about 2:30 p.m. on Tuesday. The others should be home from work and school very shortly, and then we will be able to interact with them a little bit. She's just going to clean up after herself here. And it does look like on that shelf there is a glass and maybe a plate. So I'm thinking that is probably what the problem is. I should probably get her to clean that up and see if that is part of the problem. But once again, she's going to go back to cleaning, thinking that she can make some headway on whatever is nasty in this kitchen that's driving her. And I'm going to get her out of the kitchen and away from this nastiness that she can't stand and have her go ahead and play a little bit of chess. And that will get her some logic as well. And it's made her instantly confident and she's no longer uncomfortable, which we love. She wants to make a new friend. So hopefully we will be able to make her be friends with Rebecca. Once Rebecca's home, maybe they can converse a little bit. But Rebecca is feeling still kind of some sadness from the loss of her parents. So I'm just going to send her out for a quick jog. And hopefully that will improve her mood a little bit. So let's take her out jogging and see if that will improve her mood. Before she comes into the house, we'll send her out and see if that will improve her mood. It does look like it helped make her kind of get a little bit playful. So jogging does seem to really work for this family. As we know, Norma loved to jog. Charles enjoys jogging, and it would seem that Rebecca also loves jogging. So when they are in foul spirits, I can always seem to send them jogging, and it does tend to help. So this has improved her spirits a little bit. Does she still have sadness? Well, of course she does. She's lost her parents. But at least she can feel a little bit playful for a little while. And it does take that off her mind and gives her a little bit of reprieve. So that's what we've done. So we've let her come and go jogging. And then when she gets home, we'll allow her to maybe converse a little bit with Annika, and they can build up some friendship, because we do know that Annika wants to make a new friend, and I really want Rebecca and her to have a little bit of a friendship. Do I expect them to be best friends? No, I don't. But I do want them to get on, just for the simple fact that Rebecca and Charles are as close as they are. And so I want her to get along with her sister-in-law, and we know that they struggle with that because Annika thinks that she's a little bit too perky, a little bit too cheerful. Oh, she's burning to death. Well, isn't that lovely? Let's go ahead and get her changed into a different outfit here. And also we can go ahead and let her stop jogging so that she doesn't burn to death, because I don't want to lose another Sim in this family. So we'll send her on home. She's hungry anyway because she's a glutton. So we'll let her go home and grab herself a bite to eat. And then she can go ahead and have some conversations with Annika. We will see if there is anything that they can do to build up that friendship. So go on inside, get yourself something to eat. Deal with some of that hunger. She was already going to do that anyway. She was like, you don't need to tell me to eat. I've got that covered. Okay, great. We love that for you. She's still here just playing chess, getting this logic skill up, which is making her super confident, which we love. Charles is just at work working himself to the bone. It looks like he may be dazed a little bit. He might be working himself a little bit too hard, truth be known. But, you know, he is in the business career. He does have to make that money for the family. He has a family to provide for, and so, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, he's dazed. Oh, great. Well, Charles, I hate that for you. I really do. But I don't know. Maybe he can, you know, have a little bit of fun on the swing here, and we can improve his mood a little bit as well. At the very least, we'll get his fun up. It's not taking his dazed mood away. We'll have to see what we can do about that. Oh no, the swings made his stomach upset. Uh-oh, those stomach gurgles don't sound good. Oh dear, we've made him nauseous. That's definitely not good. So the swing, while making him have a little bit of fun, unfortunately made him quite nauseous, and so now he is feeling the need to go in and throw up. So he's going to go to the bathroom. He has some bladder needs that he needs to take care of, but also he needs to release his stomach contents because of the swing. Not ideal. Really unfortunate. Charles is definitely not having a good day. Between being dazed at work, being nauseous because of the swings, I mean, he's having a rough go of it. He really is. Maybe it's empathy pain. I don't know. I would say it was empathy pain, but his wife is not seeming to have any type of morning sickness with this pregnancy. She is actually doing really well. Let's get rid of this plate. I'm sick of it. I really am just sick of it. They're not going to take care of it, so I'm going to take care of it. I will do it myself. All right. There. All done. Okay. So we are just going to have to try to figure out how to make him not be dazed anymore. And I am not exactly sure how to do that. So we will have to read up on that and see what it says. But I'm just going to go ahead and get Annika in here to clean this toilet now that he has come and like schmagged it up here. He has made a complete mess of that. She's having some shared sadness because he is having his mental fog. It says he's starting to feel woozy from his mental load, and maybe he should take a break. Okay, well, I don't really want you to take a break from work. But let's go ahead and get you in here. Maybe you can get inspired from painting. I don't know if you will, because actually you hate painting, but we can try it. Maybe it'll inspire you. He's like, will it though? Will painting inspire me? I doubt it. I really doubt it too. Honestly, you know what would probably make him feel inspired is cooking. He loves to cook. If the painting doesn't work out for him, then we'll send him down to the kitchen and have him cook something, because I know that will work. But let's at least try the painting and see if that will work for him. And yeah, it doesn't seem to be working. He's still dazed. He's like, this is stupid. Painting, I just don't get it. Like, I know Mom loved it. I know that Rebecca loves it, but I just don't understand the appeal. Probably because you're shit at it. Like, absolute, what is that he's even painting? I don't know. But that's okay. He's trying. So good on him. Annika is so adorably cute pregnant. She absolutely is just the cutest thing. She's just cleaning up around the house. That's all she really does. Honestly, she's just the neatest sim I think I've ever had. Let's go ahead and get Charles queued up to come down and cook something, because I do think that he is going to want to cook something. He is going to need to eat at some point, and considering that painting didn't work for him, we will just have him cook something. So we'll have him come down, we will have him cook a meal, and then he can get inspired by cooking, and he can make some fish and chips for the family, and that will inspire him, hopefully get him out of that dazed mood, as well as give him something to eat for supper, and he can get that hunger mood up. And then everyone will need to go ahead and start getting ready to turn in for the night, because it is starting to get kind of late. And as we know, this family does turn in reasonably early due to the fact that they all get up very early. So he is just prepping his fish and chips, and it does look like he is starting to get inspired by doing so. Oh, well, really, that didn't turn out so well. Just get the seasonings right there in the face. But he is liking the fact that he's cooking right now. He's still feeling a little bit dazed, but now he is fully inspired by cooking. It has overthrown his dazed mood, which we love. He's fully inspired. I love that for him. I really do. He absolutely loves being in the kitchen and cooking things. Rebecca's like, I see that you've whipped up some food. I'll go ahead and put the leftovers in the fridge for you. And he's like, oh, I appreciate that. So we'll have her go ahead, put everything away, and then everyone's going to get themselves ready for bed. It is almost 9 o'clock at night. Annika is feeling pretty tired. She's like, I need coffee. No, honey, you don't. You just need to go to bed. Go on to bed, Annika, and after everything is put away, we'll go ahead and have Rebecca head off to bed as well. Once Charles is finished with his meal, he can head himself off to bed also. So everyone will turn in for the night and get themselves some much needed rest, and then in the morning we will be able to go ahead and see what everyone is up to for the day. But for now, it's time for some nice shut-eye and some much needed rest for everyone as he goes to turn in for the evening. So in the middle of the night, they obviously have gone into labor. We have arrived here at the hospital. She is in labor. Her water has broken. She is just going to have them come over here and check her and see how far along she is, as far as her dilation is. So the doctor's heading over to check her now and to see how far dilated she is. So he's like, go ahead and sit back here, hon. We're going to go ahead and check you, see how far along you are and how far you've progressed in this pregnancy, in your labor. And your dilation, you are currently 1 centimeter dilated. You still have a long way to go. And she's like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and go to the washroom. And she obviously is, oh, okay, he wants to be neat. Well, you can be neat. We'll have 2 neat Sims in our family. She's going to go ahead and work on this exercise ball. and get some exercising in. And then once she's done with that, I'm going to have her go and grab herself a bite to eat. She's got some hunger needs, and also she's getting a little bit tired, so we may have her take a little bit of a nap on the bed there. But first, she's going to do a little bit of workout exercises on this ball here. And we will just have her go ahead and, work out some of these nice little exercises to move this pregnancy along. She's realizing that, this pregnancy and labor thing is no joke. She didn't realize it was going to be this difficult. And she's like, whew, goodness gracious, I am in a little bit of pain here. So we're going to have her go on in. She's going to grab herself a bite to eat. She's feeling quite hungry. She's going to opt for a little bit of a sandwich here and go ahead and get that eaten up. She is probably the only sim that I've ever had that didn't opt for the chocolate pastry, so I've got to say I'm pretty impressed with that. She does not like this easy listening music. Well, I don't have any control over the music in the hospital, so you're just going to have to deal with that. And we're going to take her on over here to the bed and let her get a little bit of rest. We're going to get her some sleep here, and then she can do some breathing exercises. I think you might need a little bit more sleep than that. But after she gets her breathing exercise in, we'll get her to go for a little bit of walk around the hospital and maybe a little more sleep. She didn't sleep for very long at all. She's like, I'm just so uncomfortable. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to sleep, if I want to walk, if I want to exercise. Everything is just so uncomfortable right now with me being in labor. I think really though, Annika, you probably should get some rest. So let's get her some rest here. And she's going to get some sleep because she is really in need of some energy. After she gets her sleep, we'll get her to do some more breathing exercises. And I think she also will probably need to go ahead and get another bite to eat at some point. Charles is going to give her a little bit of a back rub. They are so cute together. And we're going to go ahead and check her for dilation again. And she's currently at 7 centimeters dilated. So we are progressing along through here. She's grabbing another bite to eat. Now she's gone for that chocolate pastry that everyone loves. And I'm just going to go ahead and have Charles call into work because he, for whatever reason, has a notification that he needs to go to work. And yeah, so I'm going to have him call in. And then we're going to have her go ahead and ask for an epidural because she is in an immense amount of pain. And so we're going to go ahead and get that epidural in her so that she can get a little bit of relief for her pain. And then we'll get her to do a little bit more exercising on the ball here. She's like, I really could use an epidural. And the doctor's like, yeah, absolutely. If you're ready for that, we can totally handle that for you. Let's go into the exam room here and we will handle that epidural for you. Just give me a minute and we'll give you that right away. So she's going to turn around here. We're going to go ahead and administer this epidural and hopefully she will get herself some pain relief. And just like that, we've got ourselves a little bit of pain relief for her. We love that. It didn't give us any moodlets about her pain relief. I don't really know why, but that's okay. It, doesn't surprise me. For whatever reason, the moodlets for her in this pregnancy just have not been working like they should have been. But she is doing some exercises on the ball, some breathing exercises. We are going to check her for her dilation again. And then hopefully we will be really close to time for us to go ahead and give birth. Look at, he's like, you've got this, you've got this. You're doing so well. You're so close to the finish line. And she's like, am I though, Doc? Am I? He's like, I really do think you are close to the finish line. Let's go ahead and check you once more. So we are checking her, and she is currently at 9 centimeters. You are almost there. All right, we're going to go ahead and get her on this exercise ball once more, and then she should be able to give birth after that. She's like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. Whew, this is killing me. I'm so close. I've got this. And just like that, it's time for us to give birth. So she's going to go ahead and head back to the exam table here so that we can go and give birth to our baby. The doc is going to meet us in there. I don't think Charles is set up to accompany us to our childbirth, but we're going to get him to come and at least stand in here with us. Maybe he'll join us for a minute. I think he would be like, I think I'm going to pass out, honey. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can be in here. So she is in active labor, pushing this baby out here. And he's like, oh my gosh, yeah, this is totally not the place for me. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can be here. She's like, Charles, I'm having your baby. Oh my gosh. And he's like, yeah, I'm out. I can't do it. And he walks out and she's like, oh my God, what have I gotten into? And the doctor's like, congratulations, it's a boy. Annika just gave birth to a boy. So we're going to hop over to our baby names for boys, and we're going to give our thing a spin here. And our baby's name is going to be Joe. So our baby's name is Joe Haskins. Joe Haskins. Oh, and it's a girl. We have twins. All right, so baby name girl. All right, our baby's name is Siobhan. Siobhan Haskins. I think I'm saying that right. Siobhan Haskins. So we have twins, Joe and Siobhan. Oh my gosh. It is so precious. And she is exhausted. And Charles is asleep in the other room. He has missed the birth of his twins. And we are going to go ahead and head to the house and see our babies. So we have arrived back at the house here, and our babies are in their crib. This is Joe and Siobhan in their crib here at the house. We're going to go ahead and get Mama to come up here, and we're going to feed them. We'll go ahead and change it so that they can be in their cloth diapers. We will obviously change their preference to breastfeeding and do all of those lovely things. And they are absolutely adorable. We'll take their picture for the family tree and we'll add them to our family tree. And we will let Mom come up and take care of them. So she is heading up here now so that she can take care of them. As you can see, Charles has gone upstairs and gone straight to bed, and she's like, I can't reach the baby. Well, that's not good. Let's go ahead and see if I can get her to feed the baby. Yes, she can. She can feed the baby. Okay, perfect. All right. So she is just going to go ahead and feed the baby. This one over here, which is Siobhan, she can't reach. So we are going to have to adjust a little bit. I was trying to use one crib for the both of them, and hopefully I will be able to do so. But I don't know if I will be able to or not. I may have to readjust again. And we may just not be able to see one of their faces. But I would really like to use the one crib for both of them because I don't want to necessarily have two cribs in this room because I'm, just, it's a small room. Okay, it's a small room. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to just cover up the baby's face. Can she feed this baby now? Yes, she can. Okay, perfect. All right, so she's taking care of this lovely little baby. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you in our next Decades Legacy episode, where we will be continuing on with this family and their little twins. And until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.